Chapter 1 American Dream. Is it, or is it not, a matter of importance that a young man starts out in life with an ability to shut his jaw hard and say, "I will," or "I will not," and mean it? John William Heisman, Principles of Football. The air split with loud clattering crashes. Voices bellowed quick and raw, a chorus of shouts not trained in finery. Sharp, cracking slaps of noise reached the ears of men walking home from work. Men with faces layered in heavy soot, hands toughened like leather, and bodies exhausted from 10-hour workdays, stopped to watch the tumbling mass of young men. They watched the boys' arms and legs flailing to capture a round ball. They shook their heads and could only smile, sometimes wishing for their youth again so they might join the fray of this fascinating game that looked like soccer, was played like rugby, and had rules waiting to be broken. This was the infancy of American football in the early 1880s. Older men watched the mass of boyhood plunging, running, shoving, tripping, kicking, and falling over one another. Their legs and arms were intertwined, struggling, wrestling, and fighting for an underinflated ball. These wildcats and riggers of Titusville, Pennsylvania, who walked home late in the afternoon, knew it for what it was, the daily scrimmage behind Michael Heisman's cooper shop. They also knew that Heisman's sons were always in the thick of it. Only one thing would interrupt the mayhem. Only one sound would pierce the din and bring it all to a stop. It always came from the front porch of 126 East Spring Street. It was Sarah Heisman's nightly call to supper. "Daniel, John, come and eat before cold it gets. Bring Michael, be quick." As soon as the call was heard, 3 players were immediately removed from the pile. Sarah Heisman was not one to be trifled with or kept waiting. Stern as she was, her knowing glance graciously ignored busted lips, bruised cheeks, or torn clothing when her boys scurried into the house. Raising boys is more art than science, and domesticating those 3 wild rascals into refined gentlemen was her undertaking. She did so without a second's hesitation. To sit at Sarah Heisman's table and expect to eat required a clean face, neck, and hands, as well as proper restraint while grace was offered before their meal. When the last amen was reverently uttered, excited discussions erupted, sometimes about the afternoon scrimmage, and sometimes about events in town, such as the unpredictable antics of the colorful workers at Papa Heisman's shop. According to widely accepted legend, and a family tale that has been passed from generation to generation of Heisman descendants, Michael Heisman was a German immigrant and son of nobility. His father, Baron von Bogart, disapproved of his son marrying a peasant girl from Alsace-Lorraine, a French region that abuts the western border of Germany and was often the booty for the winning side after great wars between the countries. Disinherited by his family, Michael took Heisman, the surname of his wife, Sarah, and sailed with her to America, leaving his family's fortune and royalty behind in the name of love. The tale of Michael Heisman's humble beginnings has been widely publicized and generally accepted ever since Heisman became the most familiar name in all of American sports. The story is included in John W. Heisman's biographies at universities where he coached and in profiles of him published in Sports Illustrated and the Philadelphia Inquirer. The story became widely known when Heisman's stepson from his first marriage, Colonel Carlisle Cox, relayed the tale to a Georgia Tech alumni group in Atlanta in the spring of 1964. Cox dropped a bombshell with his disclosure that Heisman was not the true family name, Atlanta Magazine reported in 1964. The fact that this surprised the assemblage surprised the colonel. He had believed the information common knowledge. National wire services nevertheless blared the story throughout the world. Cox even went as far as telling the alumni group that Michael Heisman's father attempted to reconcile their relationship after his son struck it rich in America. "By this time, the old barony apparently had grown rather barren," Cox reportedly told the group. But Coach's father would have no part of it. The name Heisman stuck.